All right, Team Impact, we're moving on. Lesson 2, Unit 6, graphing on the coordinate plane. This gets a lot of fun, a lot of warm-up. We're going to get into some integers. Let's get rocking here. There's quite a bit of information here, so let's go. Locate the objects on the number line below. All right, -3. -3 has, what do we have here? -3 here. So, -3 on the vertical line, -3 on the vertical line would be the dump truck, right? And I'm just going to abbreviate these, dump truck. 4 on the horizontal line would be the balloon. Oops. The sailboat, where's the sailboat? Sailboat looks like it is right here at -2. Motorcycle, it is at 1. 5 on the vertical line is the helicopter. And the rocket ship looks to be at -5. All right, just talking about positive and negative numbers, okay? And I've got some good stuff to warm up here anyway. The coordinate plane is formed by 2 number lines in a horizontal line called the x-axis, you know this from yesterday and before, and vertical called the y-axis, right? Okay, so when we look at this deal, all right, and let me pull my deal up here. All right, the lines intersect at a point called the origin, or IGIN, and that is 0, 0, right? Okay, let's all review real quick here. All right, so this is the coordinate plane, and the plane goes all directions, all right? When we talk about the coordinate plane, it goes in opposite order. It goes in reverse order, counterclockwise. So this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're denoted by Roman numerals, not by Arabic numbers, okay? So to get into quadrant 1, the ordered pair, so for example, an ordered pair would be 1 and 5. They both have to be positive. They do. All right, quadrant 1. In quadrant 2, to get to quadrant 2, one's going to have to be negative, one's going to have to be positive. So the x-coordinate is negative because we have to go back, and the y-coordinate would be positive. So an example of this would be -5, 10. Okay. Now, there's going to be some similarities between 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, and I'll talk about that. Quadrant 3. Quadrant 3, we still have to go back, so it's a negative, and to go down, it's also a negative. So that ordered pair could be -7, -16, a negative and a negative. Let's take a peek at quadrant 1. You'll see these are like terms, and these are like terms. These are 2 positives, and these are 2 negatives, right? And if we look at quadrant 2, figure it out, a negative and a positive. So over here is going to be a positive and a negative. And that ordered pair would be 6, -8. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Good stuff in the coordinate plane. I'll let you get caught up there for a second. Okay, all right. On the next page, we're going to do a little bit of graphing. And here we go. Determine the ordered pair for each of the points. Okay? All right. I'm going to do like maybe the first 3. I'd like for you to pause the video and then you pick up off of that. So letter A is there, so it's -3 and 3. And write it with parentheses. Letter B is 3 and -3. Letter C is 4 and -2. Letter D is 1 and 4. And if you haven't paused it, go ahead and finish them out, please. E is going to be -4 and 4. So -4 and 4, I know that's in the third quadrant. F, we're not moving left and right, so it is 0 and -4. Those get confusing. That is on the y-axis. Letter G is 4 and 2. And H is -4 and -1. 2 negatives is going to be in the third quadrant. Do yourself a favor. When you write it, you remember it. Write your quadrants down. Okay? Let's do the same deal on number 2, maybe, hey. Let me zoom in just a tad, maybe. Anyway, maybe I can zoom. I can't zoom in with this. Plot and label the points below on it, all right? So we're just going to label these by the letter, all right? Let's go. 2, negative 3. That's letter I. Negative 5, 2. That's letter J. Negative 4, negative 5. That's a K-er. 0, negative 2, right there. And that's an J, K, L. I don't like the way they make their L. M, 3, negative 1. Puts us in the fourth quadrant. And that is M. Pause the video if you need to and finish up, please. N is 3 and 2. Negative 1, negative 1, 4 is the O. And P is 5, 0. That's on the x-axis because the second coordinate is a 0. We don't go up and down. All right? Rocking and rolling here. Love it. Okay? All right, the graph below shows several figures. Use the information to answer the questions. Okay. So we have to figure this out. This can be a little confusing because we have so many equality signs here. So let's slow down here a little bit. Which points meet the condition where x, so remember it's x and y, right? Where x is less than 1 and y is greater than negative 2. Okay? Well, x is going to be less than 1, so it's going to be over here. It's going to be less than 1, so it's going to be over in this quadrant right here, one of these two quadrants here, I guess. And then y is going to be greater than negative 2, so it's going to be greater than negative 2. Well, here's the first point, letter A. It is 0 and negative 1, so letter A works there. How about negative 3 and 2? That also works, letter G. And of course, if G works, D is going to work at negative 3 and 3. At approximately what points do the triangle and the circle intersect? Okay, so we have an intersection here. So it's 0, negative 1, right? And another intersection would be right there, would be negative 2 and negative 3. And it would be right there. Letter C. Name the ordered pair that represents the center of the circle. Oh, boy. So the center of the circle here. So this gets down. We know it's negative 2. If I take it to there, that's not. I think the center would be about right there, right? So negative 2, negative 1. Describe where F is located in relation to the origin F. All right, well, here's the origin right here. We put a dot. It is 3 units to the right and 2 units up. 3 right, 2 up, 2 up. So good stuff today. I have another sheet we're going to be doing in class, but if you're at home, I'll see if I can scan it in. Flip it over. This is your homework today, right here. You got to get this done, pretty easy, and we're going to be doing some other stuff. So have a great day. Stay dry.